7 months ago, Wamda was attending school in Sudan's capital Khartoum when war broke out between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces. She and her family fled to the eastern city of Port Sudan.
She has such high ambitions. She wants to be a pilot. She comes to me with a notebook asking me to help her write because she wants to go back to school. I feel so helpless to see my children's education disrupted.
Since the war started in April, nearly 6 million people have been forced from their homes. Hundreds of schools away from conflict areas are unable to open as they're being used to house those made homeless. The total number of school-age children in Sudan is 19 million according to the United Nations. Even before the war, 7 million had no access to education. The UN Children's Agency says an additional 6.5 million will not be able to go to school this year because they're stranded in conflict zones, raising the total number of out-of-school children to 13.5 million. The agency says that puts children at risk.
These kids, the ones that were already out of school and the ones that are now out of school, they are at very high risk of harmful practices and risks of sexual exploitation, of child labor, child marriage, child soldiers. So this is extremely high as we see it.
Sudan's government has ordered schools in safe zones to open, but Sudan's teachers union says steps need to be taken before that can happen.
If the government is serious about starting the academic year, there are things it needs to solve. The first are the salaries of teachers. In addition to improving the education environment and getting a solution to integrate displaced children, because they too have the right to education.
Wamda's mother says she hopes schools in Port Sudan will open soon. That way, her children can resume their education and continue to work towards a future that they dream of. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Port Sudan.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.